Hello everyone and welcome back to Sengoku Basara Heroes. I do still like the way the game looks. Again, no, it's not very pretty, but still, I like the style. The style being bland, but I like it. The style of the in-game graphics, I mean, not the UI. I think the UI looks beautiful. So we've switched up our special attack this time, so now we shoot lightning out of our sword, which is fucking fun and awesome and cool. Like, look at that. That's just fucking awesome. I wish I could describe to you how fun that is to do. I love the way they react to it, too. They just get stopped dead in their tracks and fall over. I mean, I'm not sure how else you'd expect them to react, but it makes it feel so powerful. It's just really fun. As you can tell by me spamming it over and over, I really like it. I really like it. Okay, there we go, he's dead. So just like the previous level, in this one we beat our way through a linear stage, and then when we reach the end, something special happens this time. We actually get a gameplay variety, believe it or not. So these guys throwing boulders, they can knock us on our ass, which is mildly inconvenient. They're also very resistant to staggering, unlike most enemies. Most enemies you can just knock all over the fucking place, as you've seen, because we've been doing that a lot. If they were in more numbers, they might be more of a genuine challenge, but this game isn't really trying to challenge anyone, I'm pretty sure. Something about Sengoku Basara is that after I play it, I always end up seeing health bars whenever I close my eyes. I always see like dozens of health bars, and my instinct is, oh man, I need to deplete those health bars as fast as fucking possible. That's what it does to you. It's a Tetris effect, but a beat 'em up. It's what Sengoku Basara does. Every single time I play a Sengoku Basara game, I stop playing, close my eyes, and I'm like, well, red health bars everywhere. And then I go back to playing it, because I want to deplete more red health bars. There's no shame in admitting that a game got you. Like, there's no shame in being like, yeah, I'm having fun being satisfied with the game that is intentionally manipulating my human instincts. What's wrong with that? I know I'm being manipulated, and I like it. Yes, I have my carefully curated tastes in other video games, but I'm not above lowbrow entertainment for the sake of it. And yes, I know I'm spamming the lightning projectile. I'm well aware I'm spamming the lightning projectile. I like it. I like spamming the lightning projectile. The archers are probably the most difficult enemy type in the game, just because they interrupt your attacks very easily. Though that's not saying a whole lot, because you can just walk up to them and fuck them up. If they're stopping you from attacking, it's because you're not being aggressive enough, basically. Some people see playing repetitive beat-em-ups as a kind of torture, but I feel like it's just a way to relax and have fun, mindless fun. Like, if someone said, hey, I'll give you $100 if you stream Sengoku Basara for 24 hours straight, I'd be like, yeah, fucking sure. Absolutely, no fucking problem with that. I would absolutely play Sengoku Basara games for 24 hours straight if I did not collapse from exhaustion. That's a big if I did not collapse from exhaustion. Unfortunately, people need sleep, and I can't stay awake very long due to a combination of factors, but if I could stay awake and play Sengoku Basara for 24 hours, I would do that. Especially if someone was giving me $100 fucking for it, because I already play it for fun. You may have noticed that you can block and dodge. That's not super important. It makes dealing with enemies that have projectiles easier, but just being aggressive usually solves most problems. I don't know why I'm calling this a mini Let's Play when I'm basically doing the same thing I did with Devil Kings, playing through story mode as a single character. I just prefer playing as Kojiro the most in this particular game. Hey, your spear has an ugly-ass texture on it, Yukimura. I don't know if you know, but holy shit does that spear have an ugly texture. Top 10 ugliest spear textures. It probably wouldn't be anywhere near the top 10. There are a lot of spear textures in video games, and I'm sure many of them are on the PS1. Fun fact, the original Dynasty Warriors was on the PS1, and it was a fighting game and not a beat-em-up. That's it, that's the whole fun fact. I'm not gonna That's it. I'm not going to elaborate on that any. Oh, Dynasty Warriors for the Game Boy Advance. That's another Musou game that requires a lot of strategic thinking, but that one is arguably not a Musou game, even though it has Musou game characteristics in it. Still fun, though. I feel like if I didn't make an effort to experience and explore new games, I could probably just play Musou and Lego games constantly. So, this is that special thing I was talking about at the end of the level. Now we're playing tower defense. We need to stop enemies from getting past us, because they'll deplete that blue bar at the top if they get past us. And it's actually not too hard to lose, but the strategy I would recommend, personally, is you see the red dots? I would recommend destroying the red dots before they get past you. That's how I would personally recommend dealing with this challenge. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I really like the attack where you shoot lightning out of your sword. I'm not sure if that's coming across properly, but I really enjoy that particular attack. A whole lot. I'm still waiting on that Lego Musou game crossover. I feel like it would be easy enough to do. You know, just Musou, but with Lego people. Lego is already built around simple satisfaction like the Musou games are, so... You know, just have a bunch of studs pop out whenever you kill someone in Lego Musou, and there you go. Why am I not a businessman? Because this is a $1 million concept right here. You know, Musou games and Lego games both make products based on popular licenses, both have a lot of similarities, both are focused on simple satisfaction, both have a lot of similarities between their games, although they are distinct, depending on which license they choose. It's a lot of similarities, there's a whole lot. And I feel the same way about both of them. You know, just relax and have fun with it. Don't be playing games that you know damn well aren't meant for your taste and then complain that they're not to your taste. Basically. Now, something that I think is more up to argument is whether the games are too similar. Like, a lot of people think the Lego games are too similar, the Musou games are too similar to each other. Like, people will argue the Lego games are all the same, or that the Musou games are all the same. I absolutely do not think they are. I think they have more than enough differences to feel distinct. But that's a much more interesting conversation. Like, I could talk a lot about the differences, and I have no doubt there are dozens of differences between the individual Lego and Musou games that I could easily point out if given specific examples, but maybe that's not enough for some people, I don't know. Like, if you ask me to point out the differences between this and other Sengoku Basara games, it has the priming attacks. As was mentioned in the first video, priming attacks are back for the first time in a Japanese Sengoku Basara release. This game is far more linear than the other Sengoku Basara games. Has a greater focus on individual characters and individual conflicts, as opposed to the greater battlefield style that other Sengoku Basara games employ. And then there's the small stuff, like the user interface and cutscenes and graphical elements, mimicking American-style comic books with the thick borders and such. I mean, it's different enough that there's a reason I would play this one over the others. Like, there's a reason I would choose this one instead of other ones. It has distinctions. Oh, Dynasty Warriors Strike Force. I'm not sure that even qualifies as a Musou game, but it does have the Dynasty Warriors brand. Dynasty Warriors Strike Force is most certainly different from almost every other Musou game ever made. I'm sucking ass, but if I were focusing more on what I was doing and not spamming that lightning projectile attack, I would be doing much better. It is very hard to lose if you're not laser focused on spamming one attack you really like over and over. I feel like that's worth stating, is that I am my own undoing in this circumstance. I feel like it would be possible to write an essay on how Sengoku Basara 3 maximizes players' satisfaction and how it plays with the tropes of its genre. But this isn't Sengoku Basara 3. You know, I wonder why more people haven't thought of that. 2 spears. It's just common sense when it comes down to it. You know, 1 spear is good for 1 stabby, but 2 spears, you can do twice as much stabbing. This guy gets it. Yukimura, he understands. It helps if your spear is on fire, but I would consider that optional. This game just feels so good to play after being stressed about shit. It's just a very enjoyable game. It's a very comfortable game. Just feel the stress leaving me as I shoot lightning out of my sword. This is basically just the equivalent of when I was a kid. I would run around making laser sounds and flailing my limbs randomly. This is just that, but better, basically. And I think everyone deserves a chance to tap into that. That was a really good attack, but I pressed the block button, so I'm afraid it didn't work. But you're welcome to try again, in case I don't press the block button in time this time. Saint Seiya Battle Sanctuary is a Musou game that requires a degree of more strategy, but not nearly as much as the other games, the other Musou games I've mentioned previously. There you go, I didn't press block in time that time, so you got me. I'm proud of you. Yeah, there you go, now you're getting it. So that thing I said about the bosses kicking your ass or you kicking their ass, yeah, that's just general life advice. Fortunately, when your health gets low enough, your special meter fills up on its own, so you can just spam your special attack over and over if you feel like it. Or your Musou attack or Basara attack or whatever it's called in the specific game you're playing.
何をしている。本気を出せ。せいや。どういうつもりだ。
行かれよ。急ぎ欧州へ戻られよ。
情けをかけるなと言ったはずだ。
いいな、情けではない。政宗殿をお伝えくだされ。傷が癒えたその時こそ貴殿と勝負すると。